Hi, it's Jodi Medell, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Transformational Coach. Taking a little break from our video series on the 3 pillars of fitness with a focus on the shoulder girdle. And now just doing this little, I'm going to call it a commercial break on your awareness of your day-to-day posturing in your environment. And the reason why this came to my attention, and it's more of a mindfulness motivation of what are you doing every day, all day, that might be getting you stuck in your body. And the reason why this became clear to me, or I wanted to share this with you, is because over this past weekend, I did a home visit with one of my patients. She wanted me to look at her workstation at her house and see if it was ergonomically set up for her, because we're treating a tendonitis in her right elbow and she's having right shoulder pain as well, and she's right side dominant, and she felt like maybe her workstation was triggering some of this tendonitis. And so what was interesting when I saw her in her home environment is that her posturing and the way she existed in her home was very different than how I see her in the clinic. She's a yogi, and when she comes to the clinic, she's very proper with her posturing. She really pulls in her internal core stabilizers. She keeps her shoulder blades down together in the back. She stands with very appropriate, good, symmetrical posturing. And so when I saw her in her home, though, and she likes to stand at her computer to work, I saw her shifting from one hip to another hip, back to the other hip, spending more time on the right hip. And it correlated to the fact that every time I see her, she has right sacroiliac joint dysfunction. It's always restricted. And so that made sense to me, because when I see her in the clinic, again, she's on both feet, standing with really erect, great posture. But when I saw her moving around her home and doing the things that she does in her home environment, I saw a very different side of her. And so it just made me think, okay, what is it that we're not seeing in the clinic that people are doing in their homes? And so it's a mindfulness test for you to just be in awareness of what are you doing every day, all day, with the way you're moving your body through space, the way you're sitting, the way you're just doing day-to-day activities, and even in the gym, the way you're lifting weights, checking in and making sure you're not falling into some habitual pattern that keeps you out of symmetry. Because the goal here isn't to be picture perfect, because our anatomies are all so different. But the goal really is to create as much symmetry as we can, side to side and front and back, so that we're not overloading any one area. And if you're finding yourself, if you're in physical therapy, that every time you go, there are certain limitations or restrictions that you have that you're working on, if you can correlate that to maybe how you're standing or how you're sitting, or if you're working, do you cop a certain position as you're working at your desk? Is there something that you're doing and holding for an extended period of time that's taking you out of balance and creating your own limitations that, even though you might be working on them, they're not letting go because they're being reinforced by your habits? So I just wanted to drop this in and just create some attention around, again, your mindfulness about what you are doing in your environment that might be triggering chronic pain or intermittent pain, or something that just is nagging you that you can't seem to get rid of. All right, I hope that leaves you on a good note and welcomes you into the holiday season. I'll be back for more with a focus on the shoulder girdle. We're going to move into strength training with the 3 pillars of fitness: mobility, stability, and strength. And I will see you soon. Take care.